I'm gonna.
All right.
It's great to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Sorry. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Let's see who the next one is.
That was so awkward they didn't even show it. It was his birthday. It was that guy's birthday. You rejected him on his birthday? Plus, they both went to press a button at the same time? Oh my god, he said happy birthday. And then he goes, I wonder who the next one is, while just staring him right in the point blank, right in the face. I wonder who the next one is.
Good morning. Y'all, happy Friday. Happy end of April and almost May. And welcome to the annual awards for the first time since 2019. We are happy to see so many faces in the room, certainly so many new faces in the room. We want to thank all of you for being here this morning at the Division of Student Affairs annual recognition ceremony and breakfast. This event provides an opportunity to say thank you to all of you who work tirelessly to create a seamless living and learning environment for our students. This morning, we will recognize several outstanding division employees, and we will also have the opportunity to hear from students on why the work for our division is so important. Our first recognition this morning goes to the team from SGTV who are live streaming this event for us this morning. Thank you to Maddie, Will, and Alona. Even a Student Affairs Division meeting cannot happen without student support, so we appreciate you. The GEMS recognition, and make sure I don't go too fast, I don't want to be one of those people that lets it go too early. The GEMS recognition program makes it easy to celebrate employee achievement and say thank you to our staff. The GEMS program recognizes specific actions and behaviors that support our division values of courage, inclusion, innovation, integrity, and service. We would like to recognize the April GEMS recipients. In addition to our award recipients, we have nominator recipients, and they are. We encourage all of you to continue to utilize our GEMS recognition program throughout the summer months, as we know excellent work is happening year-round.
Hi. Michelle and I have been fortunate enough to co-chair the Division Duos program this past year, and we took advantage of the Women's Leadership Institute on Wednesday, where Jatoka Edie shared a belief that learning comes from all directions, those that walk alongside of you, those that walk in front of you, and then those that also walk behind. And I think the Division Duos program embodies that. So we would like to recognize those that dedicated some time to work with a partner, their duos buddy, this past year to share their experiences and learn from each other. So a round of applause for the participants.
All right. Give this to my height. In the past, we have found that some of the most meaningful moments of our recognition ceremony have been reflections and stories we've heard from students we serve. This year, we have invited an undergraduate and graduate student to share their experiences. First, our first speaker is our student speaker, undergraduate Emily Brady. She is a senior from Baltimore, Maryland, who is graduating from the biomedical engineering program. She has been involved in U101, Alpha Gamma Delta, Dance Marathon, and the Gamecock Pantry. She plans to work in regenerative medicine development after graduation. That's a mouthful. Please help me welcome Emily. Maybe not. Plot twist. We'll go to the next one. We've learned, if nothing, but to be adaptable during COVID times. So I'm going to bring Lauren on stage to introduce our undergraduate, and then if Emily does come, please come see me. Thank you.
I'm not that tall. All right, well, I now invite Alexandra Shea, a second-year graduate in the Higher Education and Student Affairs program and an alumna of U of SC, to share some of her experiences with us. Alex has served as a graduate assistant in the Office of Sustainability, the Vice President for Student Personnel Association, a U101 peer leader and graduate leader, and she completed a practicum in fraternity and sorority life. She plans to pursue a career in academic advising and to stay very closely connected to U of SC.
Thank you, Lauren. So get this fixed. Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, and thank you to Lauren for the lovely introduction, my name is Alexandra Shea, and it is an honor to speak with you this morning. I have had the privilege of being in the HESA program for the past 2 years and am set to walk across the stage at our hooding ceremony in just 6 short days. Pending a few more grades entered into Blackboard, please put them in. Please. My time in HESA in my assistantship at the Office of Sustainability has shaped me into the student affairs professional that I am today. And I know what you're thinking. Office of Sustainability? That's in our division? It is in our division. And I had the same question when I got the call from my soon-to-be supervisor, Grace Kazmierski, when she offered me the position. I had no background in sustainability or any idea how it all tied into student affairs, but I took on the challenge with nervous excitement. However, working in that office has been the highlight of my HESA career. I've been able to form incredible relationships with my students. They are some of the smartest people I have ever met and have probably taught me much more than I could ever teach them. Not only are they absolutely determined to save the planet, but they are excellent teachers about what it means to truly commit to a cause, to being creative, and to kindness to everything and everyone around them. And that is something that I will take with me far beyond our last meetings. My seniors are graduating next week, the same as me, and some are headed to the Ivy League for their respective master's and PhD programs. One even deferred a Harvard Law School acceptance in favor of a sustainability-focused master's program. Yeah, right? I say all of this not to brag, maybe a little, but about how wonderful the students in the Sustainable Carolina Leadership Program really are, but to give you an idea of the work we do down there and how it is truly meaningful. Without the experience of my assistantship, I would not be half the student affairs professional I am right now. And I'd like to take this moment to thank my aforementioned supervisor, Grace Kazmierski, for being confident in me when I was not confident in myself. For those of you who do know me, it may come as a surprise that I'm not so confident sometimes. But Grace was and is someone who continues to push me more and more every day to believe in myself when sometimes it's the hardest thing to do. She is truly the embodiment of what the field of student affairs can be. Supportive, driven, always looking to improve our office and programs and incite positive change. Without her guidance and support over the last 2 years, I can safely say that I would not have made it through graduate school. Grace, you are a light in my life and someone who I'm so fortunate to call a friend, and I'm always aspiring to be more like you. I have learned so much in the past 2 years, it's hard to put into words. And just looking around the room, I see so many who were responsible. Some for the very first time in person. Remember Zoom University? I try not to. Through coursework, practicums, and countless other opportunities, the division and the program are dedicated to giving us as many experiences as possible before we head out as young professionals. My very first introduction into this professional space was as a peer leader in the Student Success Center in 2018, and look at me now. I hope you all know your impact is far greater than you might realize. Undergraduate students like me who had no idea what life would look like after graduation can walk into your office and find their passions. I've been a part of the division for the better part of 4 years and have loved and appreciated every second. I cannot express enough my gratitude for my past 2 years in the HESA program, and I'm so excited to take on my next chapter in student affairs. I hope you all know your profound impact on me and the Carolina community. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. We appreciate your contributions to the division and the university and wish you the best of luck in your next journey. We are fortunate to have so many members of the division who are committed to their service at Carolina. We would like to recognize those individuals who have achieved milestone years of state service. If you are recognized on one of the following slides and you are able, please stand. Please help us recognize the following individuals who have 10 years of state service. Now help us recognize those who have 20 years of state service. Next, we'll recognize those with 30 years of state service. And lastly, help us recognize Dean Ellisor, who has been in state service for 40 years. If you are recognized for state service, you'll be contacted to coordinate a time for you to receive your certificate and award.
All right, now for the main event. Before announcing our first award, we want to congratulate all of the nominees. This year we had 90 nominees of fantastic employees. And so if you receive a nomination this year and are able, please stand as we put your name on the slides. So if you're on this slide, if you could please stand and be recognized. Wave 2. And our final wave. So many, we couldn't fit them on one slide. We also want to do a special thank you to our review team. This year we had 46 individuals do reviewing for us. These individuals were responsible for redacting. The nominations were redacted thanks to Michelle over here, our special conduct staff member. So it's professionally done redaction, people. This is FERPA eligible redaction we're talking. These nominations were massed and were then sent to 3 individuals based on our rubrics to align with nomination criteria. Scores were then averaged together to determine the winner. So if you served as a reviewer this year and are able, please stand and let's recognize those individuals. So first slide here. And our second slide. All right. With each of the awards this morning, we'll read comments from the nomination and then announce the winner. As your name is announced, if winners are asked to come to our table over here to collect your award, and then you'll get a photo with Cocky. Yes, very exciting. It'll be Instagram worthy. We will provide photos at the end for everyone to have. Yes. And now our first award.
All right. Our first award is the Outstanding Faculty Partner Award. This award recognizes a member of the U of SC faculty who has demonstrated significant support for the division's programs and services, and the overall quality of campus life by aiding in student access, facilitating student progress and persistence, and advancing learning. Here are a few words from our recipient's nomination. She is a strong advocate for students and makes student interaction and contact her main priority. She hosts weekly student hours in the evening, literally meeting students where they are. She has a strong understanding of the undergraduate experience at U of SC and serves as a great resource for her students. She finds ways to increase access to study abroad through Preston grants, research grants, and CIEL grants, each of which lessens the financial burden of international experiences. As the longest serving faculty principal, she serves as a great resource to her peers as well. She is a role model and sounding board to other faculty principals as they work together to find solutions to unique problems each year. Help us congratulate Dr. Laura Lamika Anderson, Preston Residential College. Congratulations, Dr. Anderson. Our next award is the Outstanding Staff Partner Award. This award recognizes U of SC staff members outside the division who have demonstrated significant support for the division's mission, programs, and services and the overall quality of campus life by aiding in student access, facilitating student progress, and persistence in advancing learning. Here are a few words about the recipient. She is a strong campus partner who helps facilitate student scholarships, most notably travel grants, that allow students to have better access to study abroad opportunities. Every year, she answers questions quickly and thoroughly to make sure students are able to access scholarships from living learning communities. She is friendly and knowledgeable. Money is tricky at U of SC, and she does a fantastic job guiding those of us who only dabble in financial aid periodically. Though I've never met her face-to-face, I hope her contributions to student success are recognized by the division. I know that if I ever have questions about financial aid, she will be there to assist me. Help us congratulate Ashley Speaks, the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships.
All right, congrats again, Ashley. I will be, perfect, just want to make sure the slide was right. I'll be handing out the Excellence for Collaboration Award. This award recognizes U of SC departments and or staff members within the division who have demonstrated significant interdepartmental collaboration to positively impact the overall quality of campus life by addressing a problem or a need. Recipients of this award can be individual to individual, department to department, or individual to department. The nominator wrote this about the winning collaboration. In fall of 2021, the two offices partnered to create a series of diversity dialogues focused on environmental justice. Dialogue topics include the impact of the urban expansion on Ward 1 community, equitable access to green space, and the impact of climate change on institutionally disadvantaged communities. These conversations were had with students, faculty, staff, and community members who learned and shared experiences about their experiences with environmental injustice. The success of the Diversity Dialogue series inspired us to expand our programming to the entire university community, intentionally engaging students of color and low-income students throughout the series. In spring 2021, we received a $5,000 Integrative and Experiential Learning Community of Practice grant from the Center of Integrative and Experiential Learning to expand these efforts through the Environmental Justice series. Help us congratulate Grace Kazmierski from Sustainability and Dr. Kimberly Siebels from Multicultural Student Affairs. All right, congratulations to Grace and Kimberly. Our next award is the Commitment to Innovation Award. This award recognizes the U of SC department and or staff members within the division who have demonstrated significant creative, original, and exceptional work that has positively impacted the overall quality of campus life. The project must be practical and replicable to external communities. Here are a few words from our recipient's nomination. The Gamecock School Supplies Initiative came from a place of caring about students both academically and financially. Some students don't have access to items and materials that would help them maximize their potential for success, such as eye clickers, calculators, notebooks, binders, and more. Therefore, the staff jumped at the chance to launch a school supply closet with the goal of enhancing student success by giving them free access to school supplies that will help them stay organized, manage their time, and study more effectively. Lost my spot. As a result of this initiative, the team has been able to help more than 600 students this academic year at an affordable rate, thanks to partnerships with campus constituents who have donated more than 1,500 items via donation drives and our Amazon wish list. This initiative has been shared on a regional level across learning center associations, and the SSC is looking forward to building off of this initiative in the future by exploring student financial assistance for costly course subscriptions. Help us congratulate the Student Success Center. We know many people were involved with this project, but specific nomination recognizes the work of Dana Talbert, Kirby Fitzpatrick, Michaela Rippey, and Patricia Davis.
Congratulations, Student Success Center. I'm excited to announce our next award, the Commitment to Inclusion. This award recognizes the contribution of employees who consistently demonstrate an exceptional commitment to and understanding of diversity and inclusion within the Carolina community, outside the scope of their day-to-day job duties, through communication, innovation, improving the office or university environment, and student engagement. Here are words from their nomination. Her innovative, critical thinking skills have propelled her to restructure the Safe Zone program and include a trans advocacy workshop for faculty. In addition, she has created the Diversity and Social Justice Advocacy Graduation with Leadership Distinction, GLD. She's designed a DEI training curriculum for staff, students, and faculty, including a curriculum for the School of Medicine and Athletics. As an excellent collaborator, she assisted with transforming spaces for prayer and meditation for all marginalized religions, as well as an assessment, planning, and metric achievement for the Diversity Strategic Plan. In partnership with the previous Chief Diversity Officer, she developed the proposal to successfully implement the Council of Academic Diversity Officers, which is a working group of academic deans from each college or school. I would be remiss if I didn't mention her authentic nature in building relationships with students. They are always seeking guidance from her, whether they are current students or alums. Congratulations, Dr. Shea Malone. Next up is the Staff Resiliency Award. New this year, this award recognizes the efforts and tenacity of employees who have displayed heartfelt commitment and ability to recover from strenuous situations. This staff member has been able to push through barriers in dedication to their role and office's mission and values in order to continue excellent service for the institution. This award is designed to celebrate the victories of employees despite setbacks, challenging times, and roadblocks along the way. I'm pleased to announce this year there's 2 recipients of the award. I'll start with our first. Early in the summer of 2021, she was diagnosed with a medical emergency that led to a long recovery. After missing over 2 months, she was able to start returning to work. Before she really could get fully recovered, a longtime and valuable employee elected to leave the office. With this departure, she not only had to perform her already taxing job, but take on a new one, interim deputy Title IX coordinator for students. In this capacity, she oversees staff who make the first contact with student reporters of interpersonal violence and must respond in a caring and trauma-informed capacity. She also oversees our mediation process and supervises our live hearing coordinator. All of this she has done with grace and grit that defines her as a person and a professional. Help us congratulate Elisa Liggett. Our second nominator wrote this about the nominee. In September 2021, she received the news that no one wants to hear. She has a chronic disease. Despite her diagnosis, she continues to show dedication to the University of South Carolina and her office. She continues to show up for meetings, although traveling may be difficult. She continues to offer valuable insight into the world of orientation and gives back to the orientation field through hosting professional development like the annual SHRO conference. She continues to present for her staff. She continues to be present for her staff and even helped navigate her transition out of her role because it was in the best interest of the program and the students. She continues to put herself out there, suggesting changes to the orientation program despite her physical tiredness and challenges in speaking due to the effects on her body. Over the years, I've watched her change the culture of a once one-day orientation program into a two-day experience, which has a profound impact on the lives of our students. I've seen how the orientation program affects our students through their experiences and have seen many go on to serve as orientation leaders. She has influenced many students, staff, and faculty, and continues to be an inspiration for us all as she shows us her bravery and strength through this disease. She's determined to never ask, why me? And to live by the motto, it can take everything, but it can't take my smile, humor, or my faith. Help us congratulate Bethany Nazer from World Student Orientation.
Congratulations to Elisa and Bethany. Our next award is the Outstanding Service to Students. This award recognizes the contributions of employees who continuously demonstrate dedication to our mission through positive influences on student learning and engagement by participation in university activities, promoting student development, delivering support to students, going above job description, and being approachable and accessible. Here are a few words about the winning nomination. She is the definition of what mentorship and leadership looks like. She creates an environment on campus where students feel at home and like they belong at the University of South Carolina. In all that she does in mentorship, she always puts the students' needs first and works with each student on an individual basis to develop their leadership and professional skills. Each student that leaves her organization has gained vast real-life skills to succeed in the professional world post-graduation. She empowers each of us day in and day out to think about the broader scope of our work as student leaders. She goes above and beyond to ensure we are creating events that appeal to the student body throughout the school year and has really helped us all understand that when a student has a strong student life experience, their academic experiences and fulfillment with the university is so much higher. She goes way beyond the Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and is constantly staying to support our events and watch her student leaders in action after hours. I can speak for us all in saying we constantly feel supported and valued as student leaders. Help us congratulate Courtney Buzan, Gamecock Entertainment. It's the wrong way. It's always the wrong way.
Congratulations, Courtney. Next up is the Continuing Excellence for 2 to 5 Years Award. This award recognizes employees who have been at the institution for at least 2 years, but less than 5 who have contributed to the success of the organization through their use of personal initiative, commitment to learning, analytical and critical thinking skills, motivation of others, and problem-solving capabilities. Here are a few words from our recipient's nomination. Picture it. It's a blistering 90-degree August day in Columbia. She has just completed her first week of sorority recruitment, logging roughly 90 hours of work. So what does she do? She volunteers to support First Night Carolina. That is just the type of person this is. She displays personal initiative through her involvement in university-wide events. She has served as the interim director for the office, a role she has excelled in these past 8 months. She stepped into the role and decided not to rest on their laurels, but to push for positive changes. First, she utilized data to make informed decisions about programming needs, resulting in reinventing the annual Chapter Expectations program. Another example is the transition to a chapter coaching model to best support the students. But one of the most valuable things that she has brought to the team is her approach to mental health and well-being. She motivates the team to take care of themselves by encouraging them to take leave, flex hours, and offload tasks that are not mission critical, and more. Her prioritizing this has created a positive culture in the team to protect health and well-being, which in turn has motivated the team to work harder and achieve success because they aren't burnt out. Help us congratulate Carly Mercer from Fraternity and Sorority Life. Congratulations, Carly. And I also have the privilege to announce the recipient of this year's Continuing Excellence for 5+ Years Award. This award recognizes employees who have been at the institution for more than 5 years who have contributed to the success of the organization through their use of personal initiative, commitment to learning, analytical and critical thinking skills, motivation of others, and problem-solving capabilities. Here are a few words from our recipient's nomination. She has been employed in TRIO programs at the university for over 20 years. Although her job does not put her in close contact with large number of college students, she has served in varying capacities within the division, including serving on the initial committee to develop GEMS and on the Judicial Council. She is skilled at onboarding and training her pre-college advisors and leads those efforts for the department. Serving on association executive boards early in her career, she has recommitted, I am struggle busing with words, that's fine, recommitted to being involved in that way. She is currently on the executive board for the South Carolina TRIO organization and the South Carolina Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. She has worked to keep TRIO programs statewide abreast of changes in financial aid policies and works with the Commission on Higher Education in planning and the annual College Goal FAFSA Completion Initiative. She is a role model and a calm voice of reason in hectic situations. Help us congratulate Regina Haley Smith from TRIO Programs.
I'm sorry, I'm very, very short, so we've got to put this way down. Between Josh and I, it's like... Okay, so congratulations, Regina. I am pleased to present the new Professional Staff Member of the Year Award. This award recognizes employees who have made an impact at U of SC during the first 2 years of service to the division. Recipients must have 2 years or less of service at the time of submission and have demonstrated a positive impact to the student experience, built strong community with professionals, demonstrated leadership, involvement, and commitment to learning. We have 3 recipients this year. Here are a few words for the first recipient's nomination. During her 2 years in the office, she has done an amazing job of contributing to the work we do with students and employers, and honestly has contributed in a way where she has literally done the work for multiple people. During her first year, she had to pivot and worked to launch the first virtual GARP that was extremely successful. She has done an amazing job of serving and providing guidance to both students at USC and our future HESA students that will contribute to the offices across the division. At the same time, she has served as career advisor and additionally served in a mentoring role to our other graduate assistants. This past year, while she has been a full-time staff member, she has brought a new perspective and has brought such positive and encouraging energy to our office. I cannot think of someone who has done more and at the same time has had their work be at such high quality as her. Help us please congratulate Gabriela Pina Herrera. Okay. Our second recipient's nominator said this about them. Her role working with students in HRSM, information and communication, and first-year business students is a challenging one that requires knowledge of a wide variety of career fields. It also requires collaborating with a network of faculty, staff, and advisors in 3 colleges in order to create programming that supports the career development of students in each of those areas. One of those top duties, she also maintains our relationship with the athletics department staff. We asked her to take on an additional role of managing the Career Studio peer educators, a team of 17 students who were the front line for the Career Center. They represent the Career Center across the campus. Oh, sorry. Under her leadership, we have retained this group who consistently receive the highest ratings of student evaluations of their work. Our students are much better prepared for their future because of her. Help us congratulate Jessica Gibson. And here are some words about our third nominee. He has developed and led several programs for students to enhance their development within the leadership, communication, team building, and community. He developed and implemented the Camp Cocky Leadership Retreat during fall 2021, which gave students without a positional leadership role a time to develop their interpersonal skills and relationships through team building, programming, in an off-campus setting. He also spearheaded the Close Family Emerging Leaders Program, which is a comprehensive leadership education initiative designed to help those students define and practice leadership. In the spring of 2022 semester, he hosted dialogues with ASO leaders to get a better understanding of their needs for leadership development and education. He has also been tasked with leading student employee and peer leader development for the Department of Student Life based on best practices within the Leadership and Service Center. He has made significant contribution to the Leadership and Service Center based on his ability to communicate with staff and students, as well as be able to build a sense of community in a time when our office staff has significantly decreased. Help us congratulate Joshua Cobble, Leadership and Service Center.
All right, I get the privilege of announcing the Graduate Assistant of the Year Award. Congratulations again to Bree, Jessica, and Joshua. So this award, the Graduate Assistant of the Year Award, recognizes graduate assistants who work in the division that have gone above and beyond the call of duty to make a substantial impact on U of SC's campus by utilizing a theory-to-practice mindset, demonstrating leadership and engagement in division and university activities. We're excited to have 3 winners in this category. Here are a few words from our first recipient's nomination. She has proven to be the piece of the SAPE puzzle we did not realize was missing. She has been vital to the success of our SAPE peer educators. Our SAPE peers like working because she has created an environment where they get the chance to make a difference in a place they love with people they enjoy. Her attention to detail, time management skills, and organizational skills have allowed us to grow from 3 to 12 peer leaders, all while transitioning from a virtual to in-person campus. Under her, the peers averaging 2 to 3 engaging in educational events per week. For example, 498 students voluntarily completed Screen U at tables in January. As a biostatistics student, she took it upon herself to capitalize on her research interests and partner with another grad to analyze the Screen U data and hopefully present their findings at a conference this summer. She has taken full advantage of the professional development opportunities offered through the university and beyond. From Smart Recovery to Safe Zone, NASPA certified peer educator, career champion,
She has completed, y'all, 23 trainings, workshops, and certification programs in 6 months. Help us congratulate Ailish Stein. Our second recipient's nominator said this about them. She is one of the most dedicated, hardworking, compassionate graduate students I have supervised in my 4 years at U of SC. She advised Sustainable Carolina's Green Certification team in developing a new Green Certified House program for chapters in Greek Village. She managed internal and external communication for the office through newsletters and social media. She supported Green Greeks in becoming an associated student organization and propelling sustainability awareness within Greek life, facilitated campus partner presentations for University 101 classes, and coached the Sustainable Carolina Events and Outreach team in executing events in our new normal of COVID restrictions. She has demonstrated a commitment to the advancement of U of SC. She served as the Student Personnel Association's Vice President in 2021, supporting SPA's lead team in navigating the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. She and her team hosted events to facilitate relationship building, celebrate graduating HESA students, and prepare HESA students for the internship and job search. Her compassion for students, willingness to learn by doing, and work ethic deserve to be recognized. Help us congratulate Alex Shea. And here are some words about our third winner. The nominator said, "I have seen her grow exponentially in not only her academic studies, but specifically in her role. I have seen her actively utilize and implement concepts from class and creatively weave them into daily interactions with students and undergraduate staff alike. Beyond this, she has taken the initiative this year to add a developmental series for our resident mentors in her areas of strength, specifically incident report writing and resume and cover letter editing. All of these developments were well crafted and perfectly timed that allowed for precision and improvement in our student leaders. She collaborated with the Visitor Center and picked up maps and offered routes to different spaces on campus during the 3 hours that she was in the capstone lobby. As her supervisor, it was so special to see her get involved in this way. Outside of the residence hall in spring 2021, she embarked on a practicum experience that completely changed her outlook as a young professional. She found her passion area of expertise and since then has presented twice at the state and regional level about the findings of her time working with religious groups on campus. She is loyal, invested, dedicated, and a caring staff member and is the first to advocate for student needs. Help us congratulate Rachel Mungovan.
All right. Congratulations, Eilish, Alexandra, and Rachel. I'm excited to announce our next award, the Unsung... Deep breaths, deep breaths. All right, getting a little trigger happy here. All right. This award recognizes the contributions of employees who exceptionally complete essential administrative functions within the division that foster student success, but are not necessarily always in direct contact with students. This award is designed to celebrate the contributions of employees often completing responsibilities behind the scenes, seeking development in their role, and contributing to the success of the organization. We are thrilled that we have 3 nominees for this award as well. Here are a few words from our first recipient's nomination. She goes above and beyond in her role within her department to make sure that our administrative systems are operating in the most efficient ways to support both our residential students and team. She always makes sure students in our communities have the correct access to their spaces during the academic year and during breaks, and that coordinators are notified when students are moving in and out of their rooms. When room condition reports are needed, which students are staying in the halls over breaks, when students need to be charged for damages, and when keys are not returned. She communicates with detail and provides supplementary videos to walk us through step by step. She also provides our residents with the forms on the housing portal, from break needs to room change requests to housing contracts, and ensures in-building staff have the opportunity to see what our residents see so that we are able to best support them. She is the most helpful colleague, and we honestly could not do our jobs without her. Help us congratulate Leanne Ryan, University Housing. Our second recipients nominator said this about them. They process every single application that's submitted through the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. This includes freshmen, transfers, system transfers, non-degree, and readmit students. While much of this work with students is indirect, their jobs are essential to the health and vitality of our undergraduate student body. Having been in my current role for 3 years now, this team of application reviewers is the strongest I've ever had the pleasure of working with. They processed our fall 2022 freshman applications pool so quickly that they were able to start admitting fall 2022 transfer students the day after the application opened on February 1st. As a result, we are currently surpassing the number of admitted transfer students compared to our fall 2021 applicant pool. The spring 2022 cohort was larger than our spring 2021 cohort, and I attribute that much to the application reviewers and their ability to process applications in a timely manner, which in turn results in students more likely to commit to USC. An increase in transfer students is one of the goals in the university strategic plan, and I know that we could not be reaching that goal without our application reviewers. Help us congratulate the undergraduate admissions application reviewers. If any of you are here today, please come up to be recognized. All right. And our third nominee. She is the epitome of the Unsung Hero Award. She is responsible for the payroll for our staff, which includes maintenance, custodial, and administrative staff, around 120 people. Recently, the university made a change to use PeopleSoft for payroll instead of ITAMs, which doubled her workload as she enters time by hand for each employee into our work order management system for internal budget purposes, and now has to re-enter into PeopleSoft as it is not linked with our work order management system as ITAMs was. She typically has a second person helping her, but the person resigned in September, leaving her to cover these duties by herself. There are very few people around that could do this job day in and day out with a smile on their face and to the level of accuracy and precision she does. She is always willing to help out, take on more, and can be found laughing along the way. I am so lucky to work with such a dedicated and fantastic employee. She has been an asset to university housing for over a decade and deserves this honor. Please help me congratulate Valerie Lindsay from University Housing. All right. Congratulations, Leanne, Valerie, and the undergraduate admissions application reviewers. Now, for our final award, Exemplary Service to the Carolina Community. This award recognizes the division's most exceptional employees who consistently go beyond the call of duty to make a difference in the Carolina community by displaying personal initiative, developing relationships, and engagement in university activities. The nominator wrote this about their nominee. In my 4 years working directly with her, she is, without a doubt, one of the most competent, diligent, and selfless employees I've ever worked with in my 20-plus years in higher education. She first gained division-wide recognition when she spearheaded the creation of the Student IPV Respondent Resource Committee. Then she made her first splash at the institutional level when I requested that she provide primary administrative support for the Summer Operations and Campus Return Future Planning Group, which not only helped merge the work of other FPGs during COVID, but was also responsible for developing the procedures by which the university would reopen after the spring break closure. In this capacity, she interacted daily with senior leadership, faculty, senate, law enforcement, and other entities across campus. Her work was so positive that Cheryl Addy even said she might have been one of the most valuable employees in the university's COVID response. Since her promotion as the Title IX project manager in March of 2021, she has held a primary role of unifying the work of multiple groups as the university has shifted in its response and procedure related to interpersonal violence response and investigation. In this capacity, she prepares the weekly agenda for the continuum of case management team and accordingly is the one person on campus who directly communicates with EOP, SAVIP, law enforcement, provost office, athletics, HR, and student conduct around all matters pertaining to investigation, informal measures, and live hearings. Right now, she has stepped up and is the primary HR contact for 4 position searches in the Office of Civil Rights and Title IX. She is also currently on TSA as the interim business manager for the Student Disability Resource Center, where she is also the HR head on 5 open searches. In short, she has garnered a reputation across campus as someone who can get stuff done. She is not only respected, but well-liked due to her firm commitment to helping others. Ask anyone who has worked with her. She is the very embodiment of the Exemplary Service Award. Help us congratulate Mandy Bidinger from the Dean of Students Office. And for all of our award winners, you've been given a box that has a little kickstand. It can be a little hard to understand. You have to untwist it and then push it through and twist. I have a master's degree. It took me a while to figure that one out. So spreading the love, helping you out in advance. But I'll turn over to Tad and Lauren.
Josh not only has his master's degree, but is going for his PhD and put this whole thing together along with some help from our team. So if we could give Josh a shout out. I think after 2 years, we forgot a little bit about what it is to put on an event like this. So certainly to the PT team, but specifically to Josh, thank you for that. Tad and I, Ted and I would also like to take a moment to recognize the members of the PD teams from 2019 and 2020, and 2020 and 2021. They didn't have this opportunity, unfortunately. In addition to everything else that we dealt with over the past 2 years, their ability to pivot and still provide creative and virtual opportunities for the Division of Professional Development is what allowed Tad and I to be so successful this year. If you are a member of those teams and are able, if you could please stand and be recognized.
And we would be remiss not to take a moment to recognize our current team. This fantastic team has worked hard this year and gone above and beyond to plan professional developments for our division. A lot of pivoting, a lot of ebb and flow of COVID regulations. They rolled with it all. They've spent countless hours working to help create opportunities for our division to learn and grow from one another. From the intentional division meetings to what's in its reading, our hopes are that each member of our division found a professional development opportunity to participate in, not to mention some of our appreciation events. And I want to recognize Lauren Martini-Olson for returning to the team to serve as a co-chair with me this year. I'm grateful for her assistance and helping me with the steep learning curve. And I am sad to say that she'll be departing the team heading into next year, leaving me on my own. Just if our current team can stand to be recognized, y'all were phenomenal this year, and we couldn't have done it without you. Before I introduce Dr. Pruitt, at the end of all of our award winners can come up so we can get some more photos of you. We would greatly appreciate that. And now I will turn it over to Dr. Pruitt to close this out. Dennis did make sure I knew how to pronounce his name correctly before I came up here, but we will turn it over to him to close this out.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you all. Well, congratulations to all the award winners, and thank all the nominees for taking the time to write those thoughtful comments about our employees. Thanks to SGTV for putting this on together. We appreciate for those who couldn't be here today, making sure that we had this visually available to them as well. We start each year in the Division of Student Affairs. I always give a kind of a state of the Division of Student Affairs approach, and we talk about worries and wonders. And the worries, of course, are those things that we think we're going to face over the course of the year, and the worries are those things that keep us awake at night, and we wake up thinking about, and we get up in the morning thinking about, and those are the worries. And then the wonders are always those things: what can we do differently? What can we do to mitigate those worries? And it's always fascinating at the end of the year. I always wonder about, well, how in the heck did we do what we did? And it's always amazing, just amazing what we did. And I was thinking about an appropriate closure. And what we've done in the Division of Student Affairs and what we've done for the University of South Carolina campus is exactly what we're charged to do in campus life. and that is to develop a community. And many of you will remember, maybe not, Ernest Boyer's 6 Principles of Community. Those of you that are educational scholars, what year was that produced? It was produced in 1990, and it was produced in 1990 because there was total unrest on college campuses, and the Carney Commission, led by Ernest Boyer, and Ernest Boyer was the voice of higher education at that time, wanted to produce a document that would provide guidance for college campuses to manage, to control, to create a copacetic campus life for the students in higher education across the country. And where was that in search of community introduced? Where was it revealed? In this ballroom at the University of South Carolina. And I just want to remind us about what those 6 principles are. I've had 2 professional goals this year. One was I want to increase my production of TikTok videos so I can become an influencer. And the second was, rather than coming up there with scribbled notes, I want to do like you Z generations do. I want to use my iPhone for my remarks. And the third thing would be, I wish I could get the print big enough so I didn't have to use my glasses. But Ernest Boyer's 6 Principles of Community, written in the late 1980s, published in 1990. Just think how germane this is today. He has 6 purposes. The first educational principle of community is educational purposeful. A university is a place where faculty and students share academic goals, strengthen teaching, and strengthen learning on campus. That's what we do. A university is an open place, a place where free speech is protected and civility powerfully affirmed. And you may not know this, but when Ernest Boyer was here, we had just published the Carolinian Creed. He took a box of the Carolinian Creed, little wallet-sized statements, and carried them across the country. And that's one of the reasons the Creed got so much exposure it did, because he endorsed it. A university community, the third principle, is a just community, a place where the sacredness of each person is honored and where diversity is aggressively pursued. Fourth principle, a university is a disciplined place, a place where individuals accept their obligation to the group and where well-defined governance procedures guide behavior for the common good. A university is a caring place, a place where well-being of each member is sensitively supported and where service to others is encouraged. The last one, maybe the most important for today, a university is a celebrative community, a place where the heritage of the institution is remembered, where rituals affirming tradition and change are shared, and that's what we've done today. But we developed a campus community, and we developed a campus life on the University of South Carolina, not just because of these 6 principles, but because of the people in this room that live this every day, that model it every day, that share it with our students every day, and to make Carolina a better place to be. So thank each of you for being who you are. The University of South Carolina has a bright future, and each of you has a bright future being a part of it. Congratulations to everyone.
All right, everyone, that is the program for today. So thank you all for coming. Please grab food on the way out. And the rosemary? The rosemary you can grab too. So Lauren and Jesse handpicked that rosemary to be sustainable. So please grab that as fresh rosemary for you to take with you on the road if you love it. Please grab food on the way out. Award winners, please come to the front for a photo. Thank you very much.